Live tonight from the virtual Kokomo Speedway. Round number, not sure what it is, but I know it's the penultimate round of the series, the dirtfan.com Pro Late Models presented by World of Thunder Racing League. Welcome everybody to Ultimate Dirt TV. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Chris Nunn. As Chris, we've just got about a minute left in the practice session before we move into qualifying. And the penultimate round of the series is here in the tight little elbows up bull ring of Kokomo Speedway.
Galore, and I don't think I'm going to. I don't think we're going to see anything different tonight.
We've got the Pro Late Models up now. We'll have the Super Late Model Nationals Series, and then we are going to finish it up with the 410 winged sprint car. So a lot of racing here at the Kokomo for the second last round of the series, where we're going to crown a couple of champions for the Super Late Model B Series. Of course, that just happened about finishing up about half an hour ago. We'll crown a champion for the Pro Late Model Series, and of course, it looks like Barry Sorensen may just have done enough here over the past, I think it's been about 7 weeks so far, but coming into tonight, Chris, he holds a 178-point lead over the likes of Eric Scarf and also Justin Sick as well. So, you know, it's consistency at its finest for Barry Sorensen.
Yeah, Barry's been one of the more consistent drivers in any league that he runs. He stays out of trouble, keeps his nose clean, and he always manages to somehow find his way into a top 5 or a top 3 at the end of the night.
All right, well, you can see the checkered flag has been thrown here on the practice session as drivers going to get set for their qualifying. And they'll have, I think, 3 minutes it is. And I believe they'll have 1 or 2 laps to get a time in here to set us up for the heat races. So let's go and take a look at some of the drivers on the racetrack. And we've also been told as well that American Central Transport putting up $50 for tonight's winner, Chris.
Yeah, big thank you to Bobby Hans and the crew for spicing our race up tonight with $50 to tonight's winner. Also, can't forget next Sunday, championship weekend at Lernerville. It's going to be a big one next Sunday, as well as Eric Scalf on the clock.
All right, waiting for these times to come through as Eric Scout, one of the first drivers to get a lap time in, 12.729. Blake Murray with a 12.529. Brent Newman, car number 44. Hunter Poston with a 12.505 right now. Quick time at the moment. Now they're all going to try and knock him off the top of the leaderboard. Brent New goes 4th quick as Taylor James. He's done his lap time in the 22. Timothy Smith on track.
And how about Blake Majulis getting up to the top spot at 12.436. So he's now put himself up to the number 1 spot here in qualifying.
He's got it well by over half a tenth of a second. That's a blistering lap time of 12.436. We are looking at, I believe, 33 drivers in the house tonight. And we'll see Jennifer Honts as well. She'll lay down a lap time, but just waiting for her to come out on the racetrack. Jamie Reed in that J5 machine with a 12.868. And you look at our top 20, they are separated by half a second. And around a track like this, half a second, that's quite a big gap around Kokomo.
It definitely is. How about our own Stephen Mcmillian clocking in at 24th? Good to see Stephen out racing with us tonight. Mitch Stiles on the clock, 12.983, currently sitting in the 21st position. It's Majulis, Poston, Murray, Cardwell, and Bishop. Barrett Bishop, your top 5.
All right, there we go. Let's bring up those qualifying results for you right now. As well done to Blake Majulis, who goes quick time here tonight with a 12.436. Hunter Poston, Blake Murray, Davin Cardwell, and Barrett Bishop going to round out your top 5. 4 heat races on the program tonight, Chris. And again, let's take a look right now at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
On the pole, we're going to see tonight's fast qualifier. It's going to be Blake Majulis. Outside of him, it's going to see Barrett Bishop.
Position 3 will be Ryan Underwood, and Justin Sick going to line up at a position number 4.
In position number 5, going to see Jamie Reed outside of Mitch Stiles.
Dustin Sizemore starts position 7, and Jenny Baker lines up at a position 8, and Corey Austin to round out the 9-car field here in heat race number 1.
A lot of cars here tonight. I don't know if you got it or not, but I didn't quite see a final rundown of car count or not. But we have got 4 action-packed heat races coming up. 33 cars. That's not a bad car count.
Yes, only 20, I believe 21 going to go through to the main event, or it might be different as we've got 3 times 4, that is 12, and probably 2 B mains. I dare say we'll take maybe 4 or 5 from that, so we'll have a 20 or 22 car field. We are just awaiting Ryan Underwood to get on the racetrack, and then, of course, we're going to go around 2 times behind the iRacing.com pace truck. The penultimate round of the DirtFan.com and World of Thunder Pro Late Model Series fixed setup all season long, and it all comes back down to the driver and the driver's abilities, and also being able to read the racetrack, and that's a big thing, especially here on iRacing, Chris.
Oh, absolutely. You get these fixed setups, and it puts it all into the driver's hands. When the track gets black and slick, it gets, the same for everybody. And when it gets put into the driver's hands, we get to find out who's the best behind the wheel.
Well, you'd have to think coming into tonight, after the qualifying effort of the 127 machine being scored as 20 on the timing and scoring screen, but definitely driving the 127 is that Swindell Speedway machine of Blake Majulis. Look for him later on in the main event, and if he gets a good start, no doubt he'll be starting, worst case scenario, in the top 3 rows. Green flag is out. Heat race number 1 is underway.
Into turn number 1 and 2 here into Kokomo Speedway. Blake Majulis digs in. Ryan Underwood got a little crossed up, kind of out of 1 and 2. It's going to be Barrett Bishop now moving to the high side, and that good look at number 3 machine as we complete lap 1. It's going to be Majulis leading. And
Majulis going back to the top side instead of 1 and 2. Bishop getting into the wall though, 3 wide with Underwood going through the middle, and Justin Sick working the low side. Styles around the outside of the 17S of Justin Sick. Oh, little contact there between Underwood and Bishop, and now the 4 cars battling for 2 final transfer positions. Underwood with another good crossover down into turn number 3.
Good move for Underwood, trying to slide up in front of Bishop. He does. Mitch Styles trying to work in the number 54 machine. Justin Sick working low, and here comes Underwood trying to thread the needle. Couldn't quite make it come in, though.
Who's trying to make it happen there with a crossover? They're 2 by 2 for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Now 3 wide. Keep an eye on that 17S of Justin Sick. He's continuing to work the bottom of the speedway. Oh, nearly got the U-turn in the middle of turn number 3 and 4, but Mitch Styles has got that 3rd and final transfer spot at the moment.
Trying to keep that groove working on the top side for Styles. Now Underwood's worked into the top side. Out of turn number 4, 2 laps remaining as Blake Majulis has set sail out front.
He's out by over a 2-second lead right now as we go back up to your race leader, as he's just been given the white flag. He'll go to the low side down through turn number 1 and 2, and it's Majulis into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out, a little tight there. Excuse me, a little tight.
Wow, that was.
A little tight off turn number 4 there. But Blake Majulis, he will be credited with the win. Barrett Bishop home in 2nd. Mitch Styles going to grab the 3rd and final transfer position. Just to make sure no post-race penalties. Heat race 1 results coming up on screen. Blake Majulis, Barrett Bishop, Mitch Styles, Ryan Underwood, Justin Sick gets up 5. Corey Austin, JD Baker, Jamie Reed, and Dustin Sizemore, unfortunately. Well, he didn't have a happy start to his heat race. Heat race number 1 is complete. Heat number 2 up next.
And on the pole, we're going to see Hunter Poston. Outside of Hunter, going to see Tyler Batten.
Eric Scalf coming into this one will start position 3. Kevin Williamson will start position number 4.
In 5th position, going to see Jason Schilling. Outside of him, we're going to see Taylor James.
Chris Cox will start position 7, and Blake Mosley will start position number 8, and Bryson Ramey will start position number 9. Heat number 2, drivers getting the Wonder Green signal right now from iRacing, the iRacing flagman, and also race control. Starts on the leader. Looking forward if Jennifer Hontz gets out onto the racetrack. I've been told she's a pretty good wheelwoman. She's a gasser.
All right, out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Hunter Poston is going to go to the low side. Eric Scout stuck it right back there. Kind of went through the grass a little bit. Tyler Batten tries to go to his outside. Kevin Williamson in the 5, sitting back there in that 4th position as we complete lap number 1.
And drivers trying to adjust to the setup of the cars as Eric Scout got up on the inside there of Batten and Poston, but Poston good through the middle of the racetrack. Scout putting a little slider. Batten comes back underneath in the rod panels and giving some right side fender loving out of turn number 4. Oh, Scout, look out. He parks it in front of the 56 of Taylor James and also Chris Cox. The yellow flag is out.
Tough break here in the early part of heat race number 2 here in this action-packed heat race so far. Take a look at our Wick Cushion instant replay and find out what happened.
Yeah, we've seen it happen live, but again, just Eric Scout there just gets up on the inside. Tyler Batten comes back through, and Scout just hit the brakes, and Chris Cox tagged him a bit, and poor old Taylor James in the 56X machine. That's not a... Tell you what, we speak about the paint jobs of these cars, and there is some real nice looking race cars out there on the racetrack.
There's a lot of good looking machinery here in this one. There's a 56X. It is the worst for wear there. A lot of damage on that right side of Taylor James' machine. So go to the back. Eric Scalf back there as well.
Driving that Mud Duck Racing 56X machine as I believe we're about to send these drivers off once again. Pacetrack is in the infield. Yellow laps not counting here, so 3 down and 5 to run. Hunter Poston in the 58 machine. And waits until he gets out of turn number 4. He gets on the gas. A little bit of a bump there from Tyler Batten. Uh-oh, look out. Drama down into turn number 1 and 2. And Kevin Williamson, your new race leader. Look at Jason Schilling and Eric Scalf on the outside trying to make about a 5-car pass in the 1 turn.
Wow, what a move by Eric Scalf to try to get it out. He got shuffled all the way back to the back again, as now Chris Cox has worked himself in. And look out, we got a car up on the wall. I believe that is Schilling. Kind of almost went wall riding there, as we got 3 laps remaining here in this second heat race. It's Kevin Williamson up front.
Yeah, watching Blake Mosley there in the first of the 58 machines. Oh, look out, Poston catches the tyre, as does, I believe it might have been Bryson Ramey in the 9 machine. It was, you see him there in the 77, but on the timing and scoring screen it shows him as car number 9. And well, a wild heat race in here in heat race number 2.
Usually we don't see too many cautions in the heat races here during our events, but man, this is Kokomo. Small, tight, racy little bull ring, and you're going to see a lot of beating and banging in that, I think.
Yes, I think the sheet metal joint just down the road is rubbing their hands together, knowing that the late models are here at Kokomo, and there's certainly going to be some beat-up race cars later on tonight. You can already see Kevin Williamson, that right rear fender panel on the rear spoiler on that number 5 machine is bent. It's creased. No more bent than what last night's one at Eldora was. I'm trying to... you'd know who that was. You probably watched the race.
Yes, sir. That was one heck of a race at Eldora last night. Tim McCready from 13th to win it late in the race. But hopefully we can get a nice little barn burner here going here at Kokomo, as we're going to come down to 2 to go this time. Kevin Williamson continues to lead Blake Mosley in that 2nd spot. Bryson Ramey trying to get that 3rd spot away.
Yeah, Chris Cox in the 515 machine holds on to the final transfer spot, but not for too long, because now here comes Tyler Batten, showed up on the inside of Ramey, now into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out. Kevin Williamson will win heat number 2. Blake Mosley home in 2nd. 3rd is going to go to Tyler Batten. Eric Scarf home in 4th. Jason Schilling 5th. Chris Cox, Taylor James, Bryson Ramey, and Hunter Poston. Now, your heat race number 2 results as they come up on screen right now. No post-race penalties, so we are all good in the hood. Heat race number 3. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
On pole, we're going to see Blake Murray in the 79. Outside of him, we're going to see Brent New.
Points leader in the DirtFan.com Pro Late Model Series, Barry Sorensen will start position number 3. Chad Combs out of position number 4.
Brett Dysart in the number 13. Outside of him, going to see Brady Baldwin in the 6th spot.
Timothy Smith will start position 7, and Jennifer Holland's going to line up at a position number 8. Here it is. This is the heat race we wanted to see. That number, what? No, I don't even know what car number she is. It's been scored as number 11. Let's see Yeah, she's driving the number 11. Look at that, pretty in pink.
Gotta love that. Good to see. Good to see Chad Combs in the field. He's one of my fellow hometown guys from right here in Bloomington. So good to see Chad racing with us tonight. That is a nice looking number 11, Jennifer Hauntz. You know, her and her husband, they're putting up that $50 to win this evening. So good to see it.
I had a black and pink car once upon a time on a different platform before I went back to my old trusty black and green machine. Really stands out from the crowd. And if you can't see it,
pink is easy to see, isn't it?
Yeah, well, so is green. Yeah, so is green, but apparently it still doesn't stop people from hitting me or trying to drive through me when I'm going to lap them. But you know, green flag is out. Heat race number 3, 10 laps on the board. Blake Murray, Brent New, Barry Sorensen looking to the outside into turn number 1 and 2, but there goes Brett New in the 44 machine, working low, following your race leader, Blake Murray.
Blake Murray in that top spot, working the high side. Brent New works to second. Barry Sorensen, calling captain consistency like we talked about before the races started. He's going to go to the low side. Oh, try to drift over it. Has to hit the binders. Brett Dysart, Chad Combs, duking it out, and Sorensen. Oh, we've got a mess in turn 1 and 2. Multiple cars involved.
Well. Mr. Consistency has just put it on its lid. And thankfully for him, he actually got back on all fours. But unfortunately for Brett Dysart in the number 13 machine, he was just one of these cars that just got caught up in other people's messes. You really hate to see a couple of cars coming together. That's 2, 3 cars coming involved in that one. Sorensen upside down, back on all fours, but Brett Dysart, unfortunately, well, he finds himself up on his lid, and he's going to have to call the virtual tow truck for that one.
That was just an absolute mess there in turn number 1 and 2. And that's going to put Chad Combs now up to the second spot, and Brady Baldwin up to third now. And Hans, how about that? She's up to fourth.
Yeah, she somewhat sort of missed it, but got involved in it just a tiny bit, so there won't be too much damage on that number 11 machine. She'll restart on the outside of that second row in a couple of pink and black cars. Although Brady Baldwin's car, that's the worst of pink of the two. That 11 machine, it looks really shiny. Certainly got some chrome in it.
Like I said, it looks good. She's going to shuffle up a little bit there at a turn number 4. Barry Sorensen bouncing off the wall a couple of times there. He's up to the 4th spot as Blake Murray continues to lead. Chad Combs now gets some heat from Brady Baldwin out of turn number 4. Chad Combs, he's got a lot of real life laps in this racetrack. As Hans goes around in turn 1, it looked like, but should gather it back up.
Yeah, Brent New as well, and well, he's certainly been in the thick of things here over these last couple of laps. Let's take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay and just see what happened. Just almost out of screen to where we were watching and focusing on the battle for second and third. As just checked up just a little bit, Hans. Just too much on the gas, and she gets into the back of Brent New. Brent New does go around, and she's already, when the yellow comes out, she was already pulled over waiting for an EOL, and just letting Brent New go back by. So very classy there of Jennifer.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say the exact same thing right there. It was a very class move, just step up out of the way and don't get creamed.
As Chris sort of alluded to earlier, we don't normally see heat racing action here, or yellow flags in heat races, as we are going single file for the final couple of laps, and we'll have 3 to run. This time by the pace truck is in, and that FTP TAC 3 Defense 79 machine. Blake Murray will come off the wall down to the bottom of the racetrack, mow the grass while he's there. Green flag is out. 3 to run, Chris.
3 laps remaining, and looking out, Brady Baldwin trying to get underneath Chad Combs again at a turn number 2. Not able to make the pass, and here comes Barry Sorensen in your screen. These second, third place cars about to have some company. Up in turn number 1 and 2 is Sorensen right in the wall, beating that right rear quarter panel to death.
I think Baldwin might be unlucky here if he does not finish in the top 3, considering that he's running the bottom side. But here comes Sorensen to the inside as now Combs. Oh, look out, Combs around the outside, down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag is out. It's on for second, third, and fourth. Blake Murray wins from Brady Baldwin second, Chad Combs in third. That's the top 3 that will move through to your main event. Barry Sorensen home in fourth. Jennifer Hont rounds out the top 5 to bring up those heat number 3 results. A penultimate heat race of the night. 6 is going to be Timothy Smith. Brent New home in 7th. And Brett Dysart home in position number 8. That is heat race number 3 complete. Let's take a look at heat race number 4 with your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
And they got dicey for that third and final transfer spot. See if this heat race lives up to the hype. This one, Davin Cardwell in your pole. Outside of him, going to see Hunter McCoy.
Matthew Logan going to roll off out of position 3, and Jesse Wall out of position number 4.
Row number 3 on the inside, Wyatt Wonderland, and number 75 is scheduled outside of him. Going to see Stephen Mcmillian in the 6th spot.
And Hunter Parsons going to roll off out of position 7 with Derek Drummond out of position number 8. The 4th and final heat race of the night, Chris.
Now I've announced many races with Stephen, and I've never seen him race one. So what can we expect out of Stephen here, Brett?
Ah, that's right, because you took a little bit of a vacation in the Pro Late Models last week. So, yes, I forgot you left me high and dry last week at Knoxville. He was under race control last week, so he's I think he'll finish 4th. Let's place bets on where he's going to finish. I'm going to go 4th.
We'll go 5th. As we are underway here in heat race number 4. And here we go into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, Stephen McMillan there in that look out. I thought he was going to get sideways there.
Well, makes contact there with the 22. There's 3 wide. 2 lots of 3 wide for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And then 6th, 7th, and 8th. McMillian up on the inside. Jesse Wall. And here comes Derek Drummond to the outside. Oh, look at Jesse Wall picking up the front end in that 41 machine. Yellow is out onto the racetrack, and it looks like it's Hunter Parsons in that 0P machine.
Got pretty dicey there in turns number 3 and 4. As we have got caution out on the speedway. Davin Cardwell out front in the moment. Matthew Logan and Jesse Wall currently sitting in that 3rd and final transfer position.
He's going to have a lot of company from that 17 and the black and white. Interesting, just going, I think, with that simple paint scheme there is Steve McMillan. And I'll tell you what, it's not a bad looking hot rod either. That 444 machine of Derek Drymond's is pretty slick as well.
As I mentioned earlier, a couple of heat races ago, there's a lot of good-looking machinery on the track tonight. A lot of good-looking wraps on these race cars. As we're back to green flag racing here in heat race number 4 at Kokomo Speedway. Still Cardwell out front, Logan and McMillan trying the bottom side of the racetrack. Washes up just a tad. It's still going to be Jesse Wall up there in 3rd.
Yeah, Wall in that number 2 machine is trying to keep a bit of consistency, keep some momentum up on the top side of the racetrack. McMillian in 4th as here comes Drummond around the outside of Hunter McCoy and Wyatt Wonderland up on the inside as here he comes, the 444. Derek Drummond, he'll stay upstairs in turns 1 and 2. We are halfway home, 4 down, 4 to run, heat race number 4.
Just past the halfway point, Derek Drummond trying to work around Stephen McMillian for that 4th position. That's the spots. Look out! Heavy slide job. Almost took it through the grass. Did Hunter McCoy. Holy cow. And now Drummond goes around and collects Wonderland.
Yeah, Wonderland just caught up there. No man's land in that one. Davin Cardwell with a lap to run. This time by out of turn 4. Hunter McCoy here. And he, tell you what, he has got up on the wheel and he's really made something happen here in these last couple of laps of the 4th and final heat of the night. But down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to the low side, Davin Cardwell will be victorious here in heat race number 4. Matthew Logan home in 2nd, Jesse Wall in 3rd. 4th is going to be Hunter McCoy, Derek Drummond in 5th, Hunter Parsons 6th, and Stephen McMillian, after catching a U-tire on the infield, comes home 7th. And home in 8th, I believe it was Wyatt Wonderland there. As we bring up heat race number 4 results, here it is. No change to those 8 drivers as we get set for what is, or what shows as C main, but we can tell you it is B main number 1. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
On the pole, we're going to see Ryan Underwood. Outside of him in row 1, it's going to be Barry Sorensen.
Justin Sick going to start position number 3, and Jennifer Hunt's lining up out of position number 4.
In row number 3, starting 5th, going to see Corey Austin. Outside, going to see Timothy Smith.
JD Baker starts position 7, and Brent New lining up out of position number 8.
In spot number 9, going to see Jamie Reed. Outside, Brett Dicer. And rounding out the field, we're going to see Dustin Sizemore.
All right, 10 laps on the board for the first of 2 B mains, where we are going to take the top 5 from B main number 1 and B main number 2 and put them into a 22 car field here at Kokomo. I didn't even see how many laps the main event was. Not sure if you were paying attention to that, what I was doing behind the scenes while the animation was going on, but anyhow, we'll find out during the warm-up session. Barry Sorensen and Ryan Underwood. Underwood starts on pole. Sorensen points leader coming into this one, and Justin Siku, I believe, is the second or third in points. They find themselves both in this B main.
Down the front straightaway, it's going to be Ryan Underwood here out of turn number 1 and 2. He's going to be a tough one here in this second B main. Barry Sorensen in that second spot. Justin Sick, Corey Austin. Now Timothy Smith up in that 5th position.
Oh, there he comes. Sick is third in points in overall standings as he works the bottom side with the points leader of Barry Sorensen. Again, these drivers, they want to make it into the main event. They've just got to finish top 5. Good battle going on between Sorensen and Sick, but Sorensen gets past Sick out of turn 2. We go down into turns 3 and 4. Ryan Underwood continues to lead. 3 down, 7 to run.
Down the back straightaway, Underwood, Sorensen, and say we are caution. Yellow is out here in B main number 1. Caution is out on the speedway.
Timothy Smith here. I believe that one of these cars gets a little bit of a shot there from the 92. And just come down the racetrack on Jennifer Hunt. And Dustin Sizemore, well, hit him square on the right side of that number 11 machine. Not sure what our race leader's doing backing up. It's just
Oh no.
just I want to say waiting for the pace truck, but I don't think there was a need to back up. But anyhow, is what it is.
Wow, just got word that if Blake Majulis wins this race, Bobby Hans is going to pay him $100. So Blake Majulis has something to race for tonight.
I want to know why he's throwing money away. I mean, I can understand, putting 50 up to the winner, but if you offer an iRacing late model world champion $100 to win, well, guess where that 127's going?
Right to the front.
Right to victory lane. Everyone might not as well just turn up. Park them on the haulers and send them home. Get ready for the super late models as we are back underway. 5 down, 5 to run. Sorensen on the outside of Justin Sick once again. Brent New back there in 4th, and here comes Jennifer Hunt looking to make the pro late model main event as she's just got 4 laps to hang on to a top 5 finishing position.
She runs 5th, does Jennifer. She rolls down the back straightaway, trying to catch up to that 144 machine of Brent New. Still underway, and we're caution yet again here on the speedway. Looks like outside turn number 2.
Yeah, just trying to have a look. It may have been Dustin Sizemore this time in the number 11 machine. JD Baker caught up in this one. There is Dustin Sizemore on screen. Look at the right side of that race car. It is bent and just got into the side of the 127. That's JD Baker. It's not the Blake Majulis 127, so people don't stress out. There is 2 127s here tonight.
Now, there's a good and a bad thing about putting up money for somebody to win. The good thing is, if he wins, he gets the money. The bad thing is, he may have a target on his back and get jumped. It's like a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. I was going to make a case of. I mean, they've got to catch him first, but you know, he's Blake Majulis. He's won, I think, the last 2 races. I think from memory. I'd have to go back and have a look at the last couple of pro late model finishing results, but I know he's certainly been there right at the end of the main events, and he's always there when it comes to late model action. As we're down into the final couple of laps, this time by as Ryan Underwood leads Sorensen, Sick, and New and Hans. Now Hans is under pressure here from the 92 of Corey Austin.
Corey Austin trying to get underneath. They make contact. She makes contact. Out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway they go. Good battle here for that 5th spot. As a roll out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway for the final time.
Checkered flag is out. Ryan Underwood goes to the victory. Going to the main event. Second, Barry Sorensen. Justin Sick third. Brent New fourth. And Jennifer Hans, after not laying down a qualifying effort, she is going to the main event. She gets the 5th and final transfer position. As Underwood, Sorensen, Sick, New, Hans, your top 5. Corey Austin, Brett Dysart, 6th and 7th. The first 2 cars to pack it up on the haulers. Timothy Smith packing it up as well. Dustin Sizemore, JD Baker, and Jamie Reed, the 11 cars. And B-Main number 2. As we take a look here at our Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid.
On the pole, we're going to see the 26 of Eric Scalf. Outside of him, Hunter McCoy.
Starting position number 3, that'll be Jason Schilling and Derek Drummond going to roll off at a position number 4.
Position 5, going to see Chris Cox. Outside of him, we're going to see Hunter Parsons in 6th.
Taylor James will start position 7 and Stephen McMillian will start position number 8.
Row number 5, we're going to see Bryson Ramey. Outside of him, Wyatt Wonderland. And then rounding out the field, we're going to see Hunter Poston.
Alright, B-Main number 2 on the racetrack right now. Again, 10 laps will be the distance here with the top 5 going through. What do you reckon? What's Steve's chances of making this one? I reckon it's 50-50. He either does or he doesn't.
You said top 5, right? Yeah, I think he'll make it in.
Alright, I think he's going to fall 1 spot shy. Let's see what happens here. Green flag is out. Eric Scalf and Hunter McCoy keep an eye on that 444, the black and red and gold entry. He was super fast in the later stages of his heat races. He'll work to the top side. That's Derek Drummond. And the battle is on for positions number 5 and 6. Chris Cox up on the inside of Hunter Parsons. As Parsons now looking to get a run on the outside, but Cox coming back up on the inside.
Good battle as they roll out of turn number 4. Almost 3 wide up front, and caution is out. Yellow is out on the racetrack.
Looks like it was the 77 machine of Bryson Ramey. So we take a look here at your wicked cushion instant replay. Just getting a little too sideways in 1 and 2. The car got tight and just clipped the left rear quarter panel there of Taylor James in the 56X. And there goes Bryson Ramey upside down for the 2nd time tonight, I believe.
Indeed it is. 2nd time he's gotten up on the lid. Stephen McMillian, we got our money on him here. We got to get him back up to the top 5 here. You know, you think he could pull some strings and get a provisional maybe?
If only. If only. Yes, unfortunately, iRacing doesn't allow that. But, yeah, they give us a good platform to race on. And they certainly give us a good platform to showcase what these drivers can do here on the iRacing.com service. Hunter Eric Scalf, Hunter McCoy, and Jason Schilling, your top 3. 3 down, 7 to run. Green flag back out here in B-Main number 2.
All right, down the front straightaway. Back into turn number 1 and 2. It's Hunter McCoy still trying to catch up to Eric Scalf down the back stretch. Gave him a little shot in the shorts there going into turn number 3. Out of turn 4, still going to be Scalf leading McCoy, and then Jason Schilling, Derek Dryman, and Hunter Parsons rounding out the top 5 transfers at the moment.
And McCoy, down to the low side, down into turn number 3 and 4, looking for the big slide jump on the race leader. He backs out of it, Scalf, and they'll make contact out of turn 4. And here goes McCoy again. Sorry, there's so many Hunters in this one. There's 3 Hunters. I mean, you don't normally see a Hunter racing, but now you've got 3 in the one race, and Scalf trying to come back through the middle. But here comes Derek Drummond. Meanwhile, Hunter Parsons in the 5th and final transfer spot, but there goes Mcmillian to the inside. Mcmillian looking for 4th now over Drummond.
Wow, who got into McMillian's car and is driving for him right now, Brett?
Not BJ, not William Duvall, that's for sure. He sucks around here. He sucks in a late model.
Down the backstretch, Stephen got shuffled back to the 6th spot. Hunter Parsons in that 5th and final transfer. Now Dryman is. McMillian trying to roll the bottom of the racetrack with 3 laps to go. Slides up in front of Dryman and Parsons. And now he gets sandwiched and got pinballed. Wow, what a race for the final transfer spot.
Now again, we send it in B main number 1. Now we're seeing it here in B main number 2. The battle on for the final transfer spot as Parsons. He gets clear of McMillian and Cox as the drivers have just been given the white flag. Christian can bring us home. 1 to go.
Out of turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway for the final time here in this second B main. Hunter McCoy going to look to pick up the win. Eric Scalf in second. Schilling, Drummond, Parsons, and he's going to be the final transfer as McMillian goes sideways across the line in 6th.
Did I pick 6? I'm pretty sure I picked 6.
You might have.
Yeah. Yeah, poor old Steve. He just missed out by 1 spot. Let's take a look here at the finishing results just to make sure he did finish 6th. He did. So Hunter McCoy, Eric Scalf, Jason Schilling, Derek Drummond, and Hunter Parsons. Top 5 drivers going through from B main at number 2. Unfortunately for Steve McMillian, Chris Cox, Taylor James, White, $1 Hunter Posted, and Marshall Raymond. We'll pack it up and go home. We'll take a quick break and play the American National Anthem and come back in just a few moments' time. Your DirtFan.com Chrome Late Model Main Event presented by World of Thunder Racing League here on Ultimate Dirt TV.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
On behalf of the World Thunder iRacing League, Daniel Passmore, BJ Duvall, and myself, Stephen McMillian, we want to thank the people working the front lines to serve our hospitals, our grocery stores, gas stations, first responders, and military personnel. Remember, it will take every one of us to get through this pandemic. Continue practicing social distancing, and together we'll get through this. God bless each and every one of you. And we hope you will tune in every Sunday night for the DirtFan.com iRacing series, live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
Alright, we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV for the DirtFan.com Pro Late Model Main Event. Chris Dunn alongside myself, Brett Wheeler, as we get set here to take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid, and we'll do it from the back to the front. Starting position number 22, that'll be Hunter Parsons, and on the inside will be the 11 of Jennifer Holland out of position number 21.
I lost my screen here for a second. Starting in position number 20, going to see Derek Dryman. Outside of Derek, going to see Brent New.
Jason Schilling will start position number 18, and Justin Sick out of position 17.
Starting 16th, going to see Eric Scalf. And starting 15th in row number 8, we're going to see Barry Sorensen.
Hunter McCoy will start position 14th, and Ryan Underwood will start position number 13.
Starting 12th, going to see Jesse Wall. And starting 11th, out of Bloomington, Indiana, it's going to be Chad Combs.
Tyler Batten out of position 10, and Mitch Stiles out of position number 9.
Starting 8th, they're going to see Matthew Logan. And starting 7th, going to be Brady Baldwin.
Position 6 is going to be Blake Majulis, and Davin Caldwell will start position number 5.
Starting 4th, going to see the number 79 of Blake Murray. And starting 3rd, going to see Blake Mosley.
And your front row, Kevin Williams will start position number 2, with Barrett Bishop will start pole position in tonight's 75-lap main event. 75 laps around Kokomo. It seems like an awful long way, considering that the Super Late Model B Series only had 50 laps.
Now, 75-lapper. Track still looks in good shape, but I'd say by around lap 40, she's going to be baked from top to bottom.
Yeah, she's certainly going to be cooking, that's for sure. As the field you'll see lap 80 on the board up on the top left of the screen. Well, it is a 75-lap main event, and the first 5 laps to get these drivers into their correct order for the first 3 rows. And then they're going into the greatest sight in all of motorsports, ladies and gentlemen, as they'll make their way down the back straightaway in rows of 4x4. The 4-wide salute here at the Kokomo Speedway, the DirtFan.com Pro Late Model Series.
Track like Kokomo definitely wide enough to pull off the 4, maybe 5, 6 wide salute one of these times. This race, I have a feeling we are going to be in for a wild one. Slide jobs galore, as man, it slicks off to a nice cushion up on the wall. It's going to be a typical Kokomo event.
It certainly is, as we will let these drivers loose once we get to lap number 5, and once they come out of turn 4 this time by, they will break away from the formation and get set back into the rows of 2x2. And once we get to, as I said, lap 5 of 80, that's when we are going to drop the green flag. So there they are, the 2 middle rows, and breaking away from that formation. And now we are just a couple of laps away from letting these drivers loose. And also speak about our Bobby Hunts has put up $100 for Blake Majulis to win this one. You might as well just write him a check right now.
All right, we're going to find out here in just one lap. We're going to be going green. Man, this is going to be crazy. Majulis, he's got $100 on his head right now, or hanging over his head for a win. Anybody else? $50? So we're racing for money right now. It's going to be a wild one.
All right, 75 on the board. The DirtFan.com Pro Late Model Series. It's time to drop the hammers. The green flag flies. Barrett Bishop will lead him down into 1 and 2. Davin Caldwell trying to make the infield down into turns 1, but they'll go 3-4 wide down into turns 3 and 4 for the first time. Caldwell and Brady Baldwin, they both catch the inside U tire.
Man, those tires taking a beating as now Blake Majulis 6th to the bottom of the racetrack. He fell back to 7th. He's now worked his way up into the 5th position. He's going to try to take it 4 wide out of turn number 4. He's got Cardwell to his outside. And this is a crazy start to the race. They don't know it's a 75 lapper. They think it's only a 30-lap dash.
Yeah, well, now look at Blake Murray now through the middle of the racetrack, and I'm so surprised. I'm not surprised that we're going yellow, but so surprised that we're not seeing a lot of drivers up on the top side. And we're seeing a lot of drivers work to the low side of the speedway. And she'll lead Barrett Bishop in that number 3 machine, but man, it's only a matter of time before that 127 just is right up on the back bumper of that number 3 machine.
Oh, absolutely. He slipped back to the 7th spot to start with. He's found himself a groove on the bottom of the racetrack, but once he gets up high and gets some clear air, it may be over with. We were talking about a lot of these nice looking wraps on these cars, and my personal favorite is sitting back there in 15th, Jason Schilling. I don't know if we could take a look at that one. That is a tribute to Jimmy the Wildman Watson from out of Wisconsin, and that's if you're a Wisconsin racing fan, you see those Wildman cars up in Wisconsin. That's always one of my favorite cars.
We've definitely got different tastes, but I guess that just goes back to you probably watching that race car go around as we are back underway here in tonight's main event. Down into turns 3 and 4, Majulis is already up to the 2nd position, and we've only completed what is 4 laps in as he shuts the door now on Murray, but Murray going to force that door back open up on the inside as here comes Blake Mosley, Davin Cardwell, and Kevin Williamson. Now they'll go 3 wide.
Wow, Majulis about got turned around coming out of turn number 3 and 4. So like I said, he's got that money hanging over his head right now. If he wins, he gets a $100 bonus. As they run out of turn number 3 and 4, 3 wide. It is still Barrett Bishop out front. Blake Mosley now gets that 2nd spot away. As Cardwell wants the 3rd spot. Now Majulis has got that 2nd spot all by himself.
Yeah, but it is all Barrett Bishop out in front in the early goings of this main event. Cardwell now gets to the top side into turn 1 and 2. Here comes Ryan Underwood in that 46 machine. He is up 9 positions already. Started 13th and is up to position 4. And that 46 is on the move.
He is flying on the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to keep off those Uke tires. As they roll out of turn number 3 and 4, it's Cardwell hitting the top side, trying to find a way to catch up to Majulis. But man, how about the run from Barrett Bishop, a driver that I haven't seen recently or in a while here, racing with us tonight. Good to see Barrett up front. He's got Majulis though behind him, but we still got a long way to go.
Yeah, plenty of laps. We're looking at still 65 to run. It'll be 64 to go this time by, and we spoke about Blake Majulis going to defend that World of Outlaws iRacing Late Model Championship, and he's got a driver that's also going to be contesting for that championship of Davin Cardwell. So again, I don't really watch the Pro Series. I don't really care about it because I'm not on it. Simple as that.
We need to get you in racing one of these races sometime.
Oh, mate, I'll go to victory lane no matter where it's at.
Caution flag is out. I believe it is for Blake Murray. The car rolling down into turn number 1 right there.
That indeed it was. And just looking back through the incident report here, Derek Drummond maybe as well as Jennifer Hons. So that's that lead now that the 3 of Barrett Bishop had. Well, it is gone.
So you think Majulis is back there drooling now, huh?
No, not just yet. He'll be doing what he's always done. He's just riding, and he'll wait for the last 15 to 20 laps, and then he'll flick a switch, and then he will turn it on. Guarantee that 127 will go to victory lane though.
Gonna get our New Delaware double file restart coming up. Still Barrett Bishop out front. He hits the green or hits the gas, and we're back under green. Oh, maybe. Never mind.
I think they're just trying to. Geez, that pace track is going fairly quick. I think we're just waiting. They're just trying to sort out some positions there towards the back of the bus. So Saracen does funny things sometimes. So you see the green flag's been thrown, but drivers are staying in formation. And again, this will give race control and the admins an opportunity to get the field sorted under green flag, albeit we might lose a couple of laps. But to make sure that the field is correct, this is what needs to happen.
So pretty much, clearing some stuff off their profile, maybe like black flags or incidents or something like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen this picture going around somewhere, maybe one of the group chats that I'm in, but I think that there's a clear all penalties with the one command. So if there is any penalties, if different drivers are serving those penalties, admins and race controls have got the opportunity to clear everybody's black flags. As there goes a slide job for the race lead just as the yellow flag comes out. Brady Bowl and Jennifer Hunt involved.
And it was getting interesting up front between Bishop and Majulis. They were about to start throwing haymakers at each other for the lead. We've got either $50 going to a driver or $100 going to a driver tonight. So it's going to get wild up front.
Well, Barrett Bishop is not only racing for 50, but he's trying to take away 100 from Majulis. So there's a lot on the line when it comes to the race lead in this main event tonight. And we are still looking at around 58 laps to go when we go back to the green flag, which should be, I think, next time by. Yeah, lights are out on the pace truck for the moment.
See if we get the green flag this time by. I mean, we saw an attempted start just a bit ago, but then we stayed green to do a little house cleaning. So we'll see if we go green this time. All right, lights out. It's going to be Barrett Bishop leading him down out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. See Bajulis going to the inside, trying the slider. Bishop had to check up. Here comes Cardwell now to the outside. Cardwell going to hit the fence up out of turn number 3 and 4. But it is now Blake Bajulis up front as Cardwell throws a slider again for the lead.
Yeah, this is what it's going to be like for what could be the next 50-odd laps as we are back under yellow flag conditions, just as Majulis and Cardwell were getting ready to go blow for blow. Poor Barrett Bishop, he got past like he was standing still out of turn number 2 by both Majulis and Cardwell. It almost was unfair.
Yeah, he looked like a statue there, didn't he?
Yes, and unfortunately, well, he's going to find himself back in 3rd position. Ryan Underwood still, he's up 9 positions from 13th up to position number 4, and he's certainly putting that 46 machine to good use here at Kokomo.
As we mentioned, still a long way to go. I think Steven likes these big, long distance races, doesn't he?
Yeah, he loves them. I hate them. I am not a fan of them.
You're a good 30, 40 lap dash kind of guy, aren't you?
Yeah, there's no need for there's no need for these long endurance races. This isn't the 24 hours of Kokomo, and the time limit may just run out. We've only got 45 minutes, and we're already 12 laps in. So that's something to keep an eye on, as well as we're back underway here in our 75 lap main event as Majulis. Well, so far, if the race was to finish now, he would be $100 richer, but anything can happen over these next, what is now going to be 65, make that 55, I don't know. I can't math right now.
We'll just count down the ticker as it goes. Here we go. Majulis still out front. Cardwell, look out, contact between Barrett Bishop and Underwood as Kevin Williamson has stuck his nose to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to work his way through the top 5. Mosley, Batten, Styles, Scalf, and Logan rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, Underwood now catching up and right on the rear bumper of that 07D machine. Davin Cardwell, he gets it into the fence in turns 3 and 4 as here he comes. Ryan Underwood, slide job down into turn 1 and 2. There was a car turned the wrong way, and that was very close there for Ryan Underwood. He was able to avoid the lap car that was spun, able to avoid Davin Cardwell's front end, and also able to avoid the wall.
I believe that might have been Hans, I believe. Or Justin Sick, one of the two.
And you can see there on the ticker they are both on pit road. Chad Combs going back to pit road, whether He's going to get a quick repair. Looks like he's ready to come back out onto the speedway, and he'll have to make his way to the end of the longest line. So 3, 4, 5 cars already back on pit road. Hunter McCoy, Jesse Ward, Jason Schilling, Jennifer Hunt, and Justin 6. 17 cars left in this one.
And still a long way to go. It may be a process of elimination style kind of a race here. As we mentioned, Chad Combs took it pit side to get a quick repair. Hopefully that might help out his case, as he has done nothing but gone backwards here in this one.
All right, green flag is out. 23 essentially in the books, but you'll see it as lap number 29 on the screen. It's Majulis, Carwell, Underwood as that's Barrett Bishop in the 3. Now here comes Kevin Williamson up on the inside. We are yellow yet again.
And you were right. The time limit may play a factor here at some point if it keeps up at this pace. 15 minutes in, and still a long way to go.
Think about it, we haven't even gone a third of the race, so but you know, we did use about 3 or 4 minutes for those first 5 laps with the 4 wide salute and the reshuffling of the order, so I guess they've still got a bit of time at the sleeve. And one thing that's good about this racetrack, Chris, is it's nice and short, so the pace laps, they are very, very quick.
And that is correct. We get these quick pace laps, and it seems we've been going back to green pretty quickly. Everything getting situated pretty fast on the during the caution. So good job to our crew and race control.
I just want to give a shout out to the sponsors here as the season is ending here on iRacing. So new season starts tomorrow, I believe it is, or the day after that one. So of course, a big thanks to, of course, Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder Racing League, DirtFan.com, iRace Wraps, ISBC Broadcasting, and Critical Hit Base. So we thank them for their support over the past, 3 and a bit months. As Majulis getting set to get on the fun pedal once again as Davin Carbell sits in second. Here goes Barrett Bishop in the 3 machine, who led a handful of laps there at the start. He's back up to third, but not for too long, because Ryan Underwood says, nope, I'm taking the outside.
Underwood back up to the top of the racetrack, riding the fence as Blake Majulis starting to pull away just a tad. Barrett Bishop still trying to find a way to get back underneath both of those guys, but while those 3 are duking it out, Blake Majulis is it's out. He's out of here.
Gone. Gone. Carbell still sitting in second. Underwood and Bishop still side by side. Kevin Williamson back there in 5th. And Tyler Batten in the 21 machine. He's now trying to rally inside of a top 5 to get by that number 5 machine, but it's still Underwood and Barrett Bishop going to continue to trade volumes side by side. And look at Bishop again on the bottom of the racetrack, doing it right through the slick, Chris.
Right through the slick, indeed. It's, people are trying to find moisture on the racetrack, but if you can keep control of your car through the slick and somehow start to advance positioning, you're doing something that a lot of the other guys aren't. And we are cautioned again. We got one upside down. Looks like Sorensen, yes.
Points leader in the championship is upside down. Man. And that obviously means good things for Eric Scalf. And I would say Justin Sick is still out on the racetrack. So, I mean, if he can get a couple more laps under his belt and move by Barry Sorensen on the timing and scoring screen, that's going to cut into that lead. But like I said, coming into tonight, he had 178 point lead. It was to, I believe, Eric Scalf was sitting in second.
So it looks like just via the making the feature, it looks like Barry Sorensen may be clinching this lead or the championship. But like I said, we still got a championship weekend to go next week. He's just got to put it in the show, I think.
Yes, I'm pretty sure even after tonight he may have even done enough to just wrap up the title championship as we go back to green flag action. And we are now going to be this time by out of turn number 4 from Blake Majulis. 30 laps completed in this 75, so that's quick maths. That's easy one. That's 45 to go.
45 remaining indeed, as Cardwell trying to do his best to catch up to your leader, Blake Majulis. Majulis kind of cutting through the middle of the racetrack in that moisture. Cardwell right behind him on the top side in turn number 1 and 2. Underwood catfishing along the bottom of the racetrack. You see where Majulis is right there. He's right where all that moisture is. He's not up there in the slick at all.
Yeah, well, he's trying to put that right rear in the moisture up on the top side of the racetrack through 1 and 2, but he'll just roll it right through the middle of turn number 3 and 4, and he'll have all 4 wheels in the moisture. Cardwell having some issues there in 3 and 4 there on that lap as Underwood trying to close in on second place of Davin Cardwell, but Underwood, well, he's following the same line as what Davin Cardwell is, and a little higher there on the exit of turn number 4 as Cardwell, he just sort of cut back down through the middle of the racetrack.
Middle of the racetrack indeed, exactly where the moisture is until they kind of dry it out a little bit. Then we're going to get some. Kind of wondering why they're not using that moisture in 1 and 2 though. I mean, the 3 and 4 is a lot different corner angle than 1 and 2 is, but I don't know. Wonder why they're not using that moisture in 1 and 2.
Yeah, who knows? I couldn't tell you. I mean, if it was a sprint card, well, it's probably just about keeping the momentum up as well, especially in these pro late model races. Well, Barrett Bishop now caught up to our third place driver of Ryan Underwood, as Underwood once again under pressure from Bishop. But again, this track has still got the fair bit of moisture in there, and well, it's not completely baked, but it is certainly cooking right now.
It's definitely getting black as we go along. Top 2 cars pulling away from the second group of 2 cars of Underwood and Bishop. Bishop almost slides up into Underwood as they battle for that third spot. Top 2, Majulis and Cardwell starting to pull away a little bit from Underwood and Bishop. And how about Scalf working his way up from a Consi transfer spot as Bishop just tapped the wall.
The joys of being able to say things off air. I love it. We're still watching Ryan Underwood and Barrett Bishop as we'll try and go back through the field as Eric Scalf up 11 positions. How about Hunter Parsons?
Caution yellow is out again.
Hunter Parsons, he is up 13 positions. He's inside the top 10.
I believe that was Derek Dryman bringing out the caution.
Possibly Sonic the Hedgehog, we call him over here. Brady Baldwin spends more time upside down than what he does on all fours. He is out as well in 17th position, so this field is dwindling down to just 15 cars on the racetrack. And tell you what, there's some cars that don't have a straight panel on their cars.
You get to run on the top side. It's you're not going to have any straight sheet metal. Just watching that race at Eldora last night, not very few cars had any straight body parts on them except for the winner. He was catfishing around the bottom. And if you get a chance to look at Bobby Pierce's car after the race last night, you would think he was in a demolition derby, and he finished second.
Yeah, that was the car that I was sort of referencing earlier. Well, I was trying to think who it was, and I knew you'd just know who it was if we ended up talking about not having some straight body panels. But yeah, that thing had looked like it just been taken to the crushers.
Yeah, it looks like an aluminum can just crumpled up after you get done drinking it. As we move out of turn number 1 and 2, Cardwell going to go to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to try to find that moisture in the middle. Underwood's going to try to go around him on the high side. He pulls up to the right rear quarter panel. Just can't quite make a move. He'll try to dive under. Cannot do it.
Yeah, good battle right now for second, third, and fourth as here comes Bishop back to the inside of Underwood now as Bishop. And a reclaimed third, and well, he's going through the middle all the way around this tight little ball ring. He'll slide up just a little bit there on the exit of turn number 2. He'll get to the top side as Underwood tries to fire back a shot up on the inside. As we're now 47 laps completed into tonight's main event. Underwood with a slide job and Bishop with a good crossover.
Very good crossover from Bishop, getting that third spot back. But Underwood's got that momentum coming. Oh, they made contact. He hooked him down the front straightaway. And that's going to allow Scout to get underneath Underwood as we roll out of turn number 2. Scout to 4th. Underwood back to 5th.
Yeah, Scout is up 11 positions. And we're now going to be up 13 because he's now going to slot into the 3rd spot as Bishop and Underwood. They got hooked up there out of turn number 4. And man, wouldn't Scarf love to get up on the podium after having to come through a consolation, one of the B mains. As we're now, this time, by for your race leader. 25 laps to go. 50 is in the books, Chris.
25 left for Blake Majulis, separating him from $100. You got to know that's in his mind. I'd like to hear what he said when he found out that the $100 was coming to him. His exact words were, "Damn, I like this Bobby guy."
Yeah, and Bobby want to sponsor him. I mean, for $100, why throw $100 out when you can sponsor UDTV for $100?
Hey, maybe we could do that too.
Watching Underwood and Scalp as there goes Underwood with another big slide job back into 3rd position through 1 and 2. But here comes Scalp. He'll fight back up on the inside, and now Barrett Bishop going to make this another 3-car battle for positions 3, 4, and 5.
Good move. Scout trying to hold it down to the bottom. Got another car dropping out of the race. Chad Combs is taking a pit side. He's out of this one. His fun meter's pegged for the night. He's just going to call it quits. But how about Scout? I got to give him credit. He has ran that bottom to perfection this entire race. How many spots did you say he's advanced?
If he's in 5th position, it's 11. So 4th is 12, and 3rd is obviously 13.
That is not a bad run from Eric Scout from the back of Akansi.
And it's
to
not,
the
even
front.
it's not even actually the hard charger, by the way. Sorry to cut you off there. Hunter Parsons is in 7th, and he's up 15 positions.
A lot of movers and shakers here in this main event here in the Fixed Pro late models. Scout tries to throw a slider on Bishop. Bishop fights back to the outside. Going to try it again coming out of turn number 3 and 4. He'll take the spot for a split second.
Yeah, we are looking at 17 to run this time by for your race leader, Blake Majulis. He is looking at pocketing a cool $100 paycheck right now. And notice he's actually gone down to the low side. So I'd love to see what kind of lap times we're doing. And you know what? Just because I can, we can do. And we can see what kind of lap time he's doing. So that last lap time by was 0.2 slower than what Davin Cartwell was. As Davin Cartwell now, he goes to the bottom side, maybe trying to test it down there.
Trying some different grooves, trying to throw something at the wall, see what sticks. You know, you got to try to do anything to catch up to Blake Majulis right now. He is in a different zip code right now. All the other drivers are in Kokomo. He's over in Logansport somewhere. That's an Indiana thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have no idea where that is. You might as well have been talking to a brick wall. I'm just going to go and talk to Jimmy, the security guard, while this race is still going.
The security guard needs love, too, as Blake Majulis still rolls. Underwood in that 3rd spot. Eric Scalf now moved to the top side. He is in front of Barrett Bishop in that 5th position. Majulis, Cardwell, Underwood, Scalf, and Bishop. Right now, your top 5 in the Styles. Now Murray now to 6th, Styles 7th, Parsons 8th, Logan 9th, and Blake Mosley in that 10th spot. As we take a look at Blake Murray, Mitch Styles, and a battle out of turn 4.
Yeah, Hunter Parsons there in that 0P machine, as well as, again, you know, he's up 14 positions. So he started literally dead last in this field in position number 22, and he finds himself inside the top 10 in 8th position. Now Blake Murray, remember, he had to go back to the back of the field one time. We've been involved in an incident, so he's done a stellar job as well. And man, he really cuts that very fine down on the bottom of turn number 3 and 4.
Definitely a distinct way of driving the racetrack. You see a lot of different people using a lot of different grooves. You know, running straight down on the bottom, running straight up the top, doing a lot of diamonding out of the corners, middle, top, bottom. Kokomo is about as racy as it gets, and when it gets racy like this, you're in for a treat. And you know, behind Majulis, it's been a good race.
Yeah, everyone except Majulis. He's just been on cruise control. Out in front, he is about to put Blake Mosley a lap down. In fact, he does get by Blake Mosley, and Mosley is in 10th position. So It just goes to show you right now that Majulis, he's in a world of his own, and he's really in a red-hot form, especially going into the Pro Series, which I think starts in a week or two again. I don't really care because I'm not on
it. Down the front straightaway they go. Laps clicking down. 6 remain here in this one. Majulis, Carpo, Scalf, Bishop, and Murray still your top 5 as we are clicking them down.
Majulis holds a 4-second advantage over Davin Cardwell, who sits in second position. Eric Scalf in third, and Barrett Bishop in fourth. Unfortunately for Ryan Underwood, well, he is not sure what happened to Underwood, but we are closing in here on the final couple of laps, and the battle is on once again. Man, you look at the rear bumper, the rear quarter panels of this number 3 machine, and again, there is not a straight panel on that car at the back of that car.
He has wore that thing out completely. Luckily, I figure with the new damage model, we might see it flopping around a little bit, but nope, it's still intact. So you roll out of turn number 4. Man, this is just a clinic right here.
Yeah, he has made it all to his. I told Bobby Hans earlier on that once he was putting up the $100, he may as well write a check for Blake Majulis, and that's exactly what he will do. He will pocket himself a cool $100 payday here, thanks to Bobby and Jennifer Hans at American Central Transport. Blake Majulis, your winner here tonight from Kokomo in the Pro Late Model Series. Fireworks going off in the middle part of the grass on the infield. I'm sure the fire crew have got that under control. So they're not big fireworks. Yeah. They're not fireworks at all. They're just little tackers, mate.
little bitty ones.
Yeah, not like the one just said Knoxville or Eldora. They really make some noise. But Blake Majulis, Davin Carbo, and Eric Scalf round out your top 3. Blake Murray home officially in 4th. Barrett Bishop in 5th. Hunter Parsons in 6th, a lap down. So he lapped up to 6th place, did Blake Majulis. That is dominating. Justin Sick, Brent New, Kevin Williams, and Tyler Batten round out your top 10. You can see the rest of the drivers on screen there, but pure domination from that 127 machine.
Lapping all the way up to 6th place. Like I said, you dangle some money in front of somebody, it makes them drive that much harder. Getting our drivers ready for interviews, as we got a couple in the queue as we speak. Going to get our winner in here as well. All right, going to talk to our 3rd place finisher, Eric Scalf. Eric had to come back from a consi, and you worked your way up through the field. A pretty meticulous run for you. Got to be happy with the podium finish.
Yeah, that's a tough race trying to avoid everybody and trying to miss everything, and all these wrecks and cautions is crazy.
Yeah, it seemed like earlier on we had caution, then, cautions just breed cautions. How annoying does that get as a driver sitting in the cockpit, just, caution.
Well, you want to try to get in a groove, and every time you think you finally got that groove going to where you can start picking up cars, it just seems like a caution would come out. It does get frustrating, but you kind of expect it here at Kokomo and Fairbury tracks like this. But last week at Fairbury, we only had 1 caution, so I think people were just anxious for that $50, and I think people were just trying to force the issue.
And who you got helping you out on this hot rod?
I'd like to thank all my guys back at HRE, Team Friday, Highside Race Apparel, Karen's Custards and Hamburgers, and Ted's Towing and Auto Repair, and I think that's about it.
All right, 3rd place finisher Eric Scalf here tonight at Kokomo.
All right, we'll bring up our 2nd place driver here tonight, Davin Carbell. And Davin, congratulations on 2nd place, but man, that 127 machine, you put some money on the line, and he's going to the front. But enough about him. How was your race?
Oh, just hard to beat a wheelman. I mean, he's good. I was just happy to bring home 2nd. To chase him, it's pretty fun. I mean, 2nd to him is pretty much a win to me. So
now I believe you're in the Pro Series. You're going to be contesting the Sunday night World of Thunder Super Late Models. It's going to be identical to the Pro Series. Are you going to use that as a bit of a test and tune-up?
Yeah, I believe just throw the kitchen sink at it and see what I can do, and we'll see what we can do in the points for Pro Series.
Got any expectations on what you want to achieve in the Pro Series? Because it is going to be the best of the best. When it comes to, I don't know how many drivers are in that. I don't really care, but I've already made that known. But you got any expectations on where you want to be at the season's end?
Honestly, I mean, I've already done what I wanted to achieve, which was making it. Now just make some features, and I'd be very happy. I mean, these guys are the best of the best, so I mean, just to make a show, I'd be happy to be.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations. Second place here tonight in the Pro Late Models at Kokomo. We'll let you get out of here, but before we let you go, of course, sponsor shouts, all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes it happen for you?
I just gotta thank you for broadcasting. You do a awesome job. I gotta thank Steve for putting this deal on. I gotta thank Folds Graphics, FTP, Tac 3 Defense, Keeper on Screen Printing, and just all the boys at FTP. Like I said.
All right, there we go. Davin Carbo, they're home in second spot. Chris, he was caught up with our winner in Victory Lane.
All right, Blake Julis, our winner tonight, man. They dangle a $100 bill in front of you, and you just have to go and dominate the race, man.
Yeah, it was a good race for sure.
Yeah, behind you it was. I can't tell you. Yeah, behind you is a good race, but up front, man, it's like I said, they put this money up for you. You got to be pretty appreciative.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I was just coming to run for fun, like I do every week, and I got a PM saying that if I win, I get $100. So I mean, that's just an extra bonus. So that was really cool and fun to run for something like that, especially not knowing coming in. So pretty glad I.
But yeah, I mean, before the 100, you were racing for 50 nonetheless. They just upped it for you.
Yeah, I didn't even know that, honestly.
I already told him to write you a check prior to that, so it didn't really matter.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
Man, you've had this car on a rail for the past few weeks. Everything seems to be clicking full sail for you.
Oh yeah, these pro late races have been really fun the last couple weeks, especially last week in Knoxville. I mean, this track really progressed well. This is my favorite track on the service. A lot of people don't like it. It's just I like tracks that are, it takes finesse. And the bottom was there at the end, and I found it again, just like Fairbury a couple weeks ago. Steven's doing a really good job prepping these tracks up, especially when you get the right amount of drivers on here. It can turn into some really good racing. So I give all the credit to Steve there. He's doing a good job with the track states and allows us to have some good racing here.
I know you got a lot of people you want to give thanks to right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, first, you guys for broadcasting, as always. I appreciate you guys putting this on, and makes it fun to go watch and see how the track progresses afterwards, too. Steven for putting the race on. Bobby Hans for the $100 bounty there. Got to thank him very much so. My whole team, Swindoll Speed Lab, Sim Seats, Design 75, ML Performance, Matt Logan, my girlfriend Tia, and everybody that watched. I thank you very much.
All right, that's tonight's winner, Blake Majulis, coming out $100 richer tonight. But maybe he'll buy us dinner, Brett, or breakfast for you.
Yeah, I could go a feed nonetheless. But, well, as you said, you dangle $100 in front of you, dangle any kind of money in front of Blake Majulis, and you might as well, 95% of the time, you might as well just write him the check early on. But look, Pro Late Models is done. We've got one more race left in the season for those guys. That next week at Lernerville. But before we even get to Lernerville next week, we're still going to go through the Super Late Model Nationals Series. And also, to round out the night, Chris, 410 winged sprint car. So still plenty of action here on Ultimate Derby from Kokomo.
I'm excited for the full-blown Super Late Models, but even more excited for the full-blown 410 sprint cars here at Kokomo. That is going to be a hell of a race.
All right, of course, big thanks to, of course, American Central Transport for putting up the money here tonight to the winner of the Pro Late Model Series. $100 going to Blake Majulis. And, of course, big thanks to, of course, DirtFan.com and, of course, World of Thunder Rising League, Steve Mcmillian, William Duval, Jesse Pate, everybody behind the scenes, the admins do a wonderful job putting on these events week in and week out. Pro Late Models are done. Super Late Models up next. Of course, a big thanks to our sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thanks to, of course, Wicked Cushion, World of Thunder Racing League, DirtFan.com, iRace Wraps, ISBC Broadcasting and Critical Hit Beats. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, and on behalf of Chris and myself, it's not goodbye, it's we'll see you soon for the Super Late Models up next.